Let me show you how investors generate money on Faniex Offers app. Let's open the app. Let's open our investment account to invest 10,000 rands. Now we are investing 10,000 rands. $10,000 is now transferred from our bank savings account into our Faniex Offers investment account. $10,000 is successfully invested on our investment account. Now our 10,000 rands is donated to Tasa, suffering from abnormal cancer.
Looking for suppliers with the exact certifications you're looking for? Go on Axio. Tell it your sourcing needs, and it finds you verified suppliers with industry certifications. Whether you're looking for manufacturers, OEM, ODM providers, wholesalers, or certified brands, just ask Axio. It finds you your best options.
Click the close button to skip the ads.
By searching through 1 billion plus.
Our 10,000 rands is donated to Tasa as donation, and we made 23,600 rands from the ads, and Tasa made 10,000 rands from our donation. Thanks. We hope you become the investor and make earnings on our app. Good luck. This is Brian here on Faniex Offers.
Why don't you have the money you want yet? And the answer is simple. There are only 3 reasons someone is broke: lazy, stupid, or arrogant. Now, before you get emotional, remember what I said earlier. Some of you will be offended. Good, because if you're not willing to hear uncomfortable truths, you're never going to change your situation. Let's break it down. First, lazy. A lot of people are simply lazy, and they don't like hearing that. They say things like, I work hard. I work 8 hours a day. 8 hours. You think 8 hours is enough to compete in the most competitive financial system in human history? You're competing with billionaires, with hedge funds, with corporations that operate 24 hours a day across multiple continents. And you're telling me you work 8 hours and deserve to win? That's not how competition works. Money is a race, and if someone is running faster than you, they get there first. That's the reality. Now, the second reason is stupidity. But here's the interesting thing. Very few people are actually too stupid to become rich. You don't need genius intelligence to make money. You need awareness. You need discipline. You need the ability to see opportunities. The truth is only a tiny percentage of the population is genuinely too unintelligent to figure things out, which leads us to the real reason most people stay broke: arrogance. Now we arrive at the real problem: arrogance. And this is where the majority of people fail. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they're too arrogant to learn. People walk through life believing they already know enough. They sit next to people who are more successful than them. And instead of listening, they start talking. Imagine sitting across from a millionaire or a billionaire, someone who has already built what you're trying to build. And instead of asking questions, you start explaining your opinions. That's arrogance. If the richest man in the room starts talking about money, you should shut up and listen. Ask questions. Absorb the information, because clearly he understands something you don't. But arrogant people refuse to do that. They think they can figure everything out alone. They believe they don't need mentors. They believe they don't need guidance. They believe they're the smartest person in every room. And that mindset keeps them exactly where they are, stuck. Because the moment you think you know everything, you stop learning. And the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. Success requires humility, You have to be humble enough to admit that someone else knows something you don't. Once you do that, doors start opening, knowledge starts flowing, and suddenly the game of money becomes much clearer. So let's simplify everything. There are 3 keys to making money. First, pay attention. Most people walk through life blind. They spend money without thinking. But every time someone takes money from you, they're teaching you exactly how money is made. If you start paying attention, you'll realize something very quickly. Money is everywhere. Every building you see is owned by someone. Every restaurant, every business, every skyscraper. Millions and millions of dollars moving every single day. The problem isn't that money doesn't exist. The problem is most people are not good at taking it. Second, your network. If you surround yourself with broke people, you will only hear broke conversations, complaints, excuses, fear. But if you sit around people who build businesses and make money, your mind starts expanding. You start thinking differently. Opportunities become visible. Your network is not just your friends. Your network is your environment, and environments shape outcomes. Third, remove your arrogance. This is the biggest one. If you think you already know everything, you will stay exactly where you are. The moment you accept that other people know things you don't, you start learning faster. And learning faster is how people escape the system. Because the truth is simple. Money is not rare. Opportunity is not rare. Awareness is rare. Discipline is rare. Humility is rare. And those who develop those qualities are the ones who eventually win the game. So the real question is simple. Are you paying attention, or are you still walking through life blind while someone else takes your money?